The Tango Before Dawn. The air in El Corazon Roto, the broken heart, was thick enough to wear. A blend of cheap tobacco smoke, spilled Malbec, and the hot metallic scent of passion. Along the Avenida de Mayo in 1938, this smoky dance hall was a refuge for those who only truly lived between midnight and sunrise. Lucia, a seamstress of 19, did not dance here. She worked. Seated near the cramped backstage entrance under a single bare bulb, she mended the inevitable tears in the dancers' expensive, flamboyant dresses, a hurried patch on crimson silk, a quick stitch to secure a falling sequin. Her hands were always moving, but her eyes never left the polished mahogany floor. Even as she sewed, her body kept time with the music, a subtle, perfect swaying that only Alejandro ever noticed. Alejandro was the hall's violinist. He had the face of a poet, and hands that held the bandoneon's raw, desperate soul captive within his four strings. He noticed the rhythm in Lucia's needle. He had never spoken a word to her outside of a quick, shy buenas noches, yet he felt he knew her better than any woman he had ever played for. Her silence was a melody he was trying to learn. The hall was reaching its fever pitch one Sunday morning, the hour just before the city S. Bakers rose, when disaster struck. Elena, the lead dancer, collapsed in a fit of sudden fever. Panic rippled through the orchestra. The night could not end without the final tango. The dramatic Baile del Sol, Dance of the Sun, meant to take them into the gray light of morning. The manager, desperate, scanned the room and his eyes fell on Lucia. He had seen her silent, rhythmic devotion. "Lucia, you know the steps. You've watched every night. Get up there!" Lucia's heart hammered a frantic tattoo against her ribs faster than any tango. She barely registered being pulled into a borrowed, slightly too large dress. She walked onto the floor, terrified, the spotlight blinding her to the jeering faces and murmuring crowd. Alejandro saw her. Her fear was a visible shroud. He lifted his violin, not to play the expected introduction, but a different tune, one he had been composing silently for weeks. A piece built around the click, click, click of a tailor's thimble. The music was raw, hesitant, and then it soared, fueled by a sudden protective adrenaline. Lucia closed her eyes and let his notes guide her. It wasn't Elena's dance, it was Lucia's. She didn't seek applause, she sought connection. She danced to Alejandro, answering the yearning ache of his strings with the articulate sorrow and grace of her feet. They danced until the last note faded, the silence in the hall deafening. Lucia, breathless, looked up and saw not the violinist, but the man whose soul she had just embraced. The dancers, the manager, the crowd, they were all gone, replaced by the cool, fresh air spilling in from the opening back door. The moon had vanished, and the first blush of dawn painted the narrow street outside a soft lavender. Alejandro leaned down, his voice husky from hours of playing, and whispered the only words that mattered. "You stitched my heart into your dance." They left El Corazon Roto together as the city was stirring. They never sought the stages of fame. The memory of that one perfect, terrifying performance was enough. Every Sunday, just before the city turned pink with sunrise, they would dance together. A quiet, secret ritual on the small stone balcony of their shared apartment. Their own tango before dawn.